Ivyleaguepodcast featuring Lungelwa.
Take one, let's go. Yo man, what's happening? It's your host with the most, the Lion King Ibubesi, and welcome to another episode of the Ivy League podcast. And today we have an icon in the living, dog, Lungelwa. How you doing, my sister?
Hey. We're pushing where we can, but I'm great, man. Phenomenal, blessed, living alive. Yeah.
You look like Hues, dog. You're shining, dog.
I mean business.
You mean business, dog?
I mean business. Straight.
The first encounter I had, which was last year, at the Spring Fest.
Yeah.
That was hosted by West.
West.
Yeah, that was a very, very intimate and a very beautiful setup.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you since then. And you've blessed us with the tape.
Right.
Tell me the process from that time up until today, dog. How's your life been so crazy, dog?
I guess for me, I've made sure to transition in a way where you guys come with me on the journey.
Yeah.
It's not like it's far apart from the people that have been there from the start, you know? Because there was also an era before that performance that you saw. But it's been crazy. It's been wild. It's been insane. It's been insane to be able to be put in a space where I can grow.
Yeah.
You know, I've just been growing.
You've been growing since then.
Just been growing.
The first time I saw her, I thought you Charlie Josie, dog.
Right.
Yeah, because of SoundCloud, and I was like, probably she's with or Saki or Shuge, like that.
Common misconception.
No, it's
common misconception.
I think it's cause so everyone does that.
Everyone, even Josie Bruce, they say, "Oh my gosh, do you live in Joburg?" Yeah. Constant question.
It's the music that you make.
It's the work that I do behind the scenes, because traveling is not up and flays. It takes a lot out of you spiritually, mentally, obviously, financially, but also having to be a full-time university student and full-time musician. You know, it's the work that I do.
Damn, dog. You grew up in Durban. You stay in Durban.
I grew up in Johannesburg.
Yeah, when I didn't think you showed to jumpy suit
Thing
your
is, I have a direct connection to both places because Ubaba Owala and KZN and Uma Owale Gauteng, Joburg. So I grew up in Joburg, and then I moved here around about 2014, 2015, Lapo, after my parents had moved. So I had already had the influence of the Joburg pockets and Gasi and school and just living Elokshin,
the culture,
in Soweto, and the culture, and also having so many family members already from Joburg with different language pockets. Sotho, Tswana, Xhosa, you know. And then coming here, and then coming here to KZN, obviously my dad's family is from here.
Yeah.
Had to learn isiZulu. This is Kulumaya Kunamanje, but both have.
Sotho.
Gasiba Sotho.
Hanyana.
Sotho.
Hawasbo.
Hi Hanyane.
Hi Hanyana. Hawasbo.
Gasibo.
Need.
Eyantati.
I still Hanyana. Hagisibi. But yeah, man. So Baba Akoswa like taking all and the dome ngale obweseboya nomdeni.
Right.
That's crazy. You had a very beautiful privilege of growing up in Jersey,
right,
and then coming to this city, the warmest city inside you know.
Right.
How would you describe your childhood with the moving that you've done, you know, growing in different cultures, different languages, and then coming to Durban and having to be one-dimensional, which is Zulu, but we're also diverse, but yes, it's in kind of got a better.
Right.
So how would you describe that?
At first it was difficult to navigate because at the time I was very vulnerable to a lot of things, especially because moving has always been something that's in my life in general. Like I'm always been a nomad, never settled.
Never in one place.
No. not at all. Because even in Joburg,
Yeah.
I lived with my grandparents. I didn't live with my parents. Yes.
Nah.
Je.
I think we're getting along with a lot of guests because me and them were raised by our grandparents, so that's why.
So I think it was hard at first, but I realized that I will always be a nomad, and maybe that is what my purpose is. And I realized this at a young age, and I just accepted it
for what it is.
And in me accepting it, I learned how to navigate these different cultures because they're totally different. Even Ekaya, in the home, it is a different pocket for everyone. So navigating everybody's thoughts and opinions as well as emotions, it was very hard, but I think the acceptance of being a nomad,
it's crazy.
It just made it way easier for me to transition into speaking Zulu Sada. Having the cadence, the lingo, the fashion influence, and also at the time in primary school, my brother had a lot of impact in what I listened to.
Your big bro?
Yeah, my big brother. He had a lot of impact.
I was about to think that your dad had an influence in terms of the music that you make or listen to, but now I'm only finding out that your big bro played a big role.
It was. I think when I was younger, it was my dad, most specifically because he is a music fanatic, music nerd to the T, to the core.
You're right.
He told me a story in university that he used to collect vinyls and CDs for Abangan Back. Oh, this is a new artist. Sort of like being their own personal Spotify, recommending things to them, going to the record store. And when we were growing up, listened to a lot of D'Angelo, Jaheim, Kim, Anthony Hamilton, John Legend from 2000s to 2013, especially the Love and the Future album. A lot of rap as well. DMX, Jay-Z.
You still listen to DMX?
I still listen to Jay-Z. DMX ngamsaba. It's very rugged, violent
it's
music.
Aggressive.
Very, very much so. And I think if I want to tap into that energy, I have to have cadence with it. You know, the aggressive energy. Because obviously I'm a singer. If I want to tap into that energy, I should have my own personal cadence. But yeah, in terms of what we were listening to, it was a lot of that. And my mom, Thandiswa Mazwai, Jill Scott, a lot of South African classic Afro music, Afro R&B here in SA. That's lot of that.
Crazy. That's why you did that. Your first drop on Spotify was a Thandiswa Mazwai cover.
Yeah. One of my first drops was a cover.
Ingom.
With
by Thandis. That's crazy. So that's where you discovered that I want to sing like this.
And then my brother was more of your Chris Brown, Janae Aiko era, 2015, 2013, 2014 lab. And he had a big impact in what I was listening to at the time, as well as my big sister with Kehlani. She introduced me to Kehlani. And I guess everyone around me had a sort of impact where I kind of took from everyone and kind of built my own base of what I think music should be to me. Then high school happened. And then I got into my own things, discovered Giveon, Marcus Harvey, a lot of underground SoundCloud artists, since I was on SoundCloud now in high school. A lot of SoundCloud crews like Espacio Dios, Rojo, who goes by Broken Metal on SoundCloud.
If you don't know now, you know.
A lot of Uncool, Yayo or Lelo, if you'd like to say. Yeah, man. That's I guess that's one of the influences that I had, and heavy on K Tronada. 99.9%.
Yeah, nah.
Specifically.
Frank Ocean.
Ocean was there, but for the Men in Collie days. And then SZA was a thing around about the end of 2018.
Yeah. Who would you say out of all these artists is like the biggest influence in your sound specifically, and the inspiration where you draw music from?
Right. Okay, I would have to say currently with the pocket I'm building in my production.
Yeah.
Because I produce my own things a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So if I'm on a lazy day just listening to music,
Yeah.
the first person I think of bumping is Marcus Harvey. First person.
Marcus is...
You Still Don't Know Me EP, or the first one. I Am Marcus Harvey.
You know, but now I forgot the title of that project that he dropped. Tate Babi, no, and what's the Chinese?
Yes, that's the You Still Don't Know Me.
Yeah, he used to rock that shit.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I was like, okay.
I think right now it's first person I think about Marcus Harvey.
Yeah.
Second person, Destin Conrad. Third person, Leon Thomas.
Bro, you coming with these artists, dog.
The thing is, the way they cadence.
Yeah.
I love it when an artist has their own personal cadence.
It's different.
It just makes me fall in love with them in general, and the subject matter that they speak about in their music.
Yeah.
And the production as well. I'm such a sucker for production, because I don't just write lyrics on paper. I freestyle. Everything that I've done was a freestyle.
For real?
I've never written anything
Even Hues?
on paper. Everything that I've done, freestyle.
So it comes from the current state of mind that you're currently in at that time?
Yeah, current states of mind, but also some notes were written on this earphone.
So it's
Some
just
notes
like
were written.
bullet points,
yeah.
and then you just run with it.
Right, and a lot of I do a lot of voice memos. So if I hear a beat,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mumble on it. And you will come up with the synergy and the energy of it first. That has to be the focal point of it, or is the feeling. Because you could mess with the lyrics, yes.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel what the song is putting to the plates or giving you, you're never gonna relate to it how you should. And I think that's why Marcus Harvey is such an important figure to me, because he has feeling, he has pocket, he has cadence.
It's true. That's why we barely get like music all the time from him. Makes sense.
And K Tronada as well, I would say.
So we'd say K Tronada,
Marcus, Leon Thomas, and Destin Conrad. All
Damn.
male artists.
So when did you know that I've got this and I'm gonna do this music thing? Like which song or cover that you did and you're like, yeah.
I think my first cover, the Let My Baby Stay cover by Amanda Stenberg.
Yeah.
But it's actually by Don Marco, something like that.
I've heard Stenberg's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I resonated with that song so much that in that year my dad bought me my guitar, because I had been asking him for years, and then he bought it finally.
Bro, you also play guitar?
Self-taught.
It's child, Doug. How old are you, Doug?
Hey, that's a secret. That's a secret. That's a secret. I feel like people will find out over time, and once they do, I think there's always a stereotype with age that you're not capable of doing something when you're a certain age.
I'm just surprised by the knowledge that I'm actually grasping up.
Right.
Because I suck talking to people over the phone.
Right.
Because it's not really that much of a connect.
It's not intense.
But when it's personal, I get to also see you when you speak about it.
Right.
Like how you feel, and when you're describing something, how it makes you feel and how proud you are of that,
Right. And
hearing how you speak in terms of the process of making music and what you normally pay attention to, the cadence, which is very important. It's just amazing. I'm speechless. I have questions, but I'm also speechless at the same time. Your dad had an influence, your brother had an influence, but high school cemented everything for you.
And I think that was the point in time in my life where I was going through the most.
Yeah.
So remember the Durban floods?
Yeah.
We went through those twice. So the first time we went through it, we lost everything. The house got completely wrecked.
You guys were at home?
We were at home at the time, and it happened so quickly. And I feel like a part of me died in that day.
At the house.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you come from a point of your parents have worked so hard to build what you have right now. It just gets washed away.
Just like
and
that.
It happened the second time last year. Right? So it was tough for me to not be able to speak about my emotions, because I genuinely do not know how to talk about my emotions.
I feel like you're more of an antisocial type of person.
I am.
You like to keep to yourself.
I am very secluded, and that's where I get my peace. My peace is my solitude.
Yeah.
And that's when I come up with the craziest ideas, you know? So, yeah, I think in high school, it cemented the reason why I should do music. And I never even knew this, because also Swamam Dada is the singer at home.
Real.
She's the Beyonce, Jennifer Hudson-esque voice. Very straight to the point, rugged, soulful voice. And she had always been at the forefront of what we call music, because church was a thing.
Oh.
Sang all the time.
Started in a
Sang
church.
all the time, yeah. So I would sing with her. We were a duo, but more so it was her, because her voice was so powerful. So no one expected me to do music. I didn't even expect myself, but I knew I had to find a way within all the trouble I was experiencing to let my emotions out. And I love music. It's been a thing since the days of being a baby.
Yeah.
I have the craziest stories my parents have told me about me and my experience of listening to music while I'm like 2 and 1.
I feel like your dad carved it though.
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
Because he's always there
He
with
knew.
you.
He's such a big part of why I do what I do.
Yeah.
My mom as well, though.
Yeah.
Because with both of them, it's a thing of within the family space, no one has ever done anything outside of the realms of the normal 9 to 5. The structural, tolum sebenzi, work, feed yourself.
So you're the first one.
I am one of the first people. My great uncle or grandfather, my grandfather's brother, was a musician, worked with Hues Masikela back in the day.
I kind of knew that you had like a family lineage.
There was only one person.
Yeah,
and from that, all the stories he would tell us when we go to his house, Soweto, the guitar, he had a bunch of guitars, and we'd play them, and he'd play them for us, and we'd sing. And my family loves music, both sides of my family. So for me, it was like, okay, how do I bring this into a new space? How do I bring this into the 21st century? How do I make it Lungelwa?
Represents you.
Yeah.
And it also expresses how you feel.
Right.
And also gives us like an image of who you are and what you stand for.
Exactly.
Rather than trying to hop on, you know. That's crazy, dog. Durban and Jersey. I feel you are big in Jersey than you are at home.
Right.
What are the trials and tribulations you faced here at home that are very different from Jersey?
I think here at home, I didn't experience a lot of what I expected to experience. And I think I had to find a way to solidify my place within home. You know, with the performance that I had last year at the Eden Garden. Is that what you
I feel like at Eden, you're already certified, dog. At that time, for me, it was just the first time meeting you personally, but you're already a superstar in terms of us, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I needed to find a way where I solidify my place, and if that had to be one performance, it was going to be one performance, and that's that.
Yeah.
You know, and everything I do is very strategic, and there's a lot of gatekeepers in Durban.
Yes, that is.
There's
true.
a lot of gatekeepers in Durban, and that's the truth, and we have to face up to the truth.
It's the saddest part of it, because the talents, dog, we have like the raw talents, the actual talents.
Especially when you're a singer and you're a woman in specific terms. And I think that just made me very agitated.
Yeah.
It made me want to prove my point. Okay, if you say that I can't do it here, let me go do it in another place.
Where they understand.
Where they get. And it's not like we don't understand here. We do. We get it. We get it. We have the most talented people on earth.
Dog, from producers to songwriters to
Spova Gang. Okay, Malum Cool Cat.
Come on
Muzi.
Yeah.
Smamane. Blackie. Leah Butler. Indie.
We got Enox May.
We have
Impulse.
Mabonga.
We got OK.
We have West. Xander. The list goes on.
Dog, it's crazy. If we never called out your name, please don't be mad. There's a lot of you guys.
The list
would go on
all
and
of
on.
you. All of you.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And I think for me, it was a thing of, if you say I can't do it here, let me go prove my point
somewhere else.
And you'll see that point being proven because it's happened. It's happening.
You feel like Josie welcomed you with warm hands?
Josie was like, come through.
As if you were their own.
From the first day when I had my sound checked in Narabai debut.
Yeah.
It was love from the jump. From the day I performed there, love from the jump. Didn't have to second guess anyone's energy.
Yeah.
Everyone was very genuine about their intentions as well and how they wanted to be a listener and be part of the journey, you know, and help out where they could. It was love from the jump. And that's why people think I live in Joburg.
I know, it's the music that you make, dog. A lot of people that make the music that you make in Durban.
Live in Joburg.
Like Lola, for instance, right? I first thought that she stays in Jersey up until he told me. I was like, no, dog, we had her with West in a session. I was like, what? I was like, okay, bet.
Right.
Yeah, boy. And then that's when I started like talking to her, and I was like, you really stay here? She was like, yeah. You know, and Nanogoti, I feel like my people, dog. I'm gonna say my people because I'm a Durbanite. I feel like we're very slow. Nanogoti, here they don't like giving flowers because they feel like you're gonna be much more better. But dog, you are a superstar, dog. You know, we have to rumor that you're a superstar. There's nothing that we could do. It is what it is. We have to give you flowers and give you a platform. And
I think also you have to have an energy of stillness and humbleness to be able to take that as a declaration of who you are.
Yeah.
Because if you don't stay grounded about who you are, it could get to your head.
Shit, I understand that.
All the talk of, oh, you're great, you're amazing.
Yeah.
But have I reached my final form? No, not at all.
But you are amazing right now. You haven't reached your final form.
Highly appreciated. And for everyone that thinks that and that's always thought that, like Taurus, the producer, one of the first people to ever hit me up for anything. And when you speak about flowers, he's the guy that did it first. Uni did it first. So I think I appreciate everyone's energy, but I know I haven't reached my final form.
Well, at the end of the day, you know where you want to be. We just have to appreciate what you give us at the moment, you know, and witnessing your growth from SoundCloud doing those covers. Because to be honest, the first encounter was the song Growth and Know That You Are
Loved cover.
Hi, dog. You see, when I tell you, when I say to you, I have this song on rotation, I'm not lying.
Right.
I really have it on rotation. Because yesterday I couldn't sleep, dog. I couldn't sleep properly. And then I was like, okay, let me just start tomorrow's day today.
Right.
And then, because Hues, I listened to it the day that it dropped. Because the day that it dropped, I was busy writing a script for Xander.
Right.
And then when it dropped, I was like, finally, because it dropped like 5 days later than the actual date, right? And I'm like, there we go. And then I think he texted me like, hey, dog, put me in the shandies. I'm like,
the excitement.
Like, yeah. And so it's a color, man.
Over the moon.
That was crazy, dog. And for it to be called an alternative rather than, why did you call it an alternative rather than something
R&B.
else? Yeah.
So for me, the genre that I'm developing or making, or I'm part of, I would rather say, is delayed R&B, Afro-futuristic R&B.
Some neo-soul type thing, in a way.
With the mixture of kwaito, kick drums, and pallets, with the lock drum sometimes. If you take Diaspora by Matlera Doughboy, and you listen to some of the cadence and the pallets in it, you can hear the lock drum. You can hear the kwaito influence. And
very
delayed R&B was started by Marcus Harvey.
Oh, sure. With Chopper.
He came up with the name. And from there, because I have such a big influence from him, I was like, okay, this is what it is. This is what I make. This is what I want to get into. This is what I want to make.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to word it out and say, okay, this is what it is. Like A$AP Shembe, he makes digital maskandi, something that's never been heard of before.
People are slow on that sound.
And he solidified himself. A$AP Shembe is one of them ones.
A$AP
you
Shembe.
know?
At first, when I saw him on the gram, I was like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Up until I went to his page.
Serious. And
okay.
You know, when somebody is so confident within themselves that it becomes infectious to other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what these people are to me. You know, that's exactly what it is. And with that, like, I wanted to be able to build an alternative space, because I do not make conventional R&B. I don't. That's just plain truth. I don't make conventional R&B. And conventional R&B will always be beautiful because it is the blueprint
of R&B.
But I have so many palettes and tastes that I want to show to the world, you know, because I am a music explorer. I wake up every day on Spotify, go to my explore page, look at what new genre I can get into, you know. So I make Afro-futuristic R&B.
You're taking control of the future in a way.
Exactly that.
How's it been? I feel like it's like breaking a generational curse, coming up with something that's very different. You saying that Marcus played a huge role in inspiring you.
Yeah.
And the courage for you to make that music and also release it, it stems from you inside in a way. It's crazy, dog. I don't want to jump to Hues as yet. I'm going to let desserts, you know. Let's start with the music journey, dog, you know, your SoundCloud days.
Right.
How would you describe it? Because there are like songs that are there that are not available on other DSPs, you know, that are not covers. Also, those songs, they were also produced by certain people.
Yeah.
How would you first describe your relationship with the producers that you've worked with?
I think my relationship with my producers at the time, SoundCloud specifically, it was non-existent because I was taking from YouTube. I ended up getting tired of taking beats from YouTube and not having my own developed sound, you know, because there's a commonality within everybody's production. When you search Smino type beat, you scroll through, and I wanted something that can hit me. When I listen to music, I need something that can bang straight ahead. I need something that can hit me now, so that when I come up with the melody in the pocket of how I'm flowing, it can be the easiest thing. But I think one of the producers I looked out for was this other producer called Butterworld. He lives in LA, I think. And that was May the Force Be With You. That 2-pack series, that dark series, May the Force Be With You, and Let's Take Our Time. That was Butterworld.
Take Our Time is nice.
You know? So I think at that time it was non-existent until I made a lot of connections and friends within the SoundCloud space, you know? The mutual understanding of, okay, I see you doing this. You have an amazing voice. Let's try work. See what we can send to each other. But the first people really to hit me up are rappers.
They wanted to feature.
Uni. I think the only producer that did hit me up at the time was Taurus that works with Uzander.
Yeah.
From Lai Dubani. He was one of the first people that hit me up, and he sent me something, ended up losing some contact again, connecting again, but he's always been He's always been there. He's
Yeah.
always been there. Always been present.
It's a genuine relationship.
But right now, I produce for myself. I think the producers are my homies.
Yeah.
So if I need anything, I'll hit up Gingy. I'll hit up KP. I'll hit up Gemitsu. You know, I'll hit these people up because they understand the vision, because they've been there from the start. They understand. They understand, especially because each one of these producers have their own individual sound. No one sounds like each other.
That's facts.
No one sounds like each other, especially within the realms of the SoundCloud community. No one sounds like each other.
You also cook something for Envy, I know.
We have something in a pot. Something.
Should we expect it on Soft Glue, or is something that's going to be on your side?
To be honest, I might just give him the track for Soft Golov.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in the recording process of Hues B. Right now, because
So
I promised you guys.
Yeah.
I promised you guys 2-part
Yeah.
tape. I promised that, and that's what I wanted to give. You know, so right now I'm in the recording process of Hues B. Everything is written. Everything has been produced. Almost done, because I'm getting into sampling now. A lot of sampling.
This is a coca, man.
If we have to pay, we won't pay, but the music has to be made. The music has to be made.
You gotta cook.
Have to. Have to.
We need those. Dog, you talked about producers. You featured a couple of people on SoundCloud.
Right.
Females. There's something that I love that you do. You work with females, and it's very. What's the right word for rare? That sounds a bit bougie. For people collaborating, especially females in the music industry. What inspired you to hit up GQ to, GQ?
GQ.
Yeah.
GQ's, I feel like she's one of the most talented voices, most misunderstood voices. Because she's under the pocket of more so hip-hop, trap, works with a lot of trap people. But I feel like when I make a beat, especially for Hues, when I made the beats for Hues and produced it, I thought of the people that I wanted on the track list before I started touching my laptop. I thought of everyone that I wanted to be part of Hues. Set up a track list, track names, everything like that. The vision, everything is in my notes. I could read it out verbatim right now because of the production that I do. I heard the beat and I was like, that's GQ. That's Gami. That's GQ right there. That's
She's
GQ.
a superstar.
She understands what it means to have feeling in a song. She and that's why I gave her her own personal interlude.
You're gonna get that. I'm gonna ask you about that, dog. You really like 10 steps ahead of these questions that I have for you, dog. Dog, you really had all of that planned before you articulated everything. Before
I touched Surface on my laptop, I wrote the track list, made sure to say, okay, on this song, because of the title, I see this person on it. Let me hit them up. I already have their numbers. It's very easy to get that contact with them because I love speaking to my collaborators before I collaborate. I don't just say, let's get no. I speak to you, have a common understanding, and understand your journey and where you're trying to go. And I speak to people that are very intentional about their arts as well. That's why it was the way it was.
Are you picky when it comes to who you put on?
Very. And I'm picky only because I understand that only certain people can bring out what I need out of my production, out of a certain track. Only certain people.
I like the fact that you already know.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
And it all depends on the feeling of the beat as well. The feeling of the instrumental, what has come from the instrumental, what I feel from it.
Damn. We're going to get to Samsara, dog. Samsara did a very beautiful.
Shout out Samsara.
That's your friend.
Shout out Atlehang. That's homie to the T. I love him down. He is just, he's an incredible poet, spoken word artist. He knows how to articulate feeling.
Definitely.
And I emphasize feeling because that's what people listen to when they listen to tracks.
Hues is very big on emotions.
Feeling.
And how you feel.
Right.
You know, and also expressing everything, you know. It's not aggressive. It's just, dog, I don't know how to describe it because it was very different from what I initially expected.
Right. Can I ask, what did you expect?
I expected like something that a clear soul type, you know, because I know your power. So
right.
So I was thinking of a seal or like a clear soul, your snow lega
palette,
you know,
right?
And you just like, I'm gonna give you that, but I want you to understand where I'm at, you know. And it was just crazy, and I was like, okay, now this is why certain people in Durban don't really understand. I feel like we, in terms of singing and whatnot,
yeah, I'm a go. Oh, DJ Q.
We don't really fully embrace every genre for what it is. And Nanoguti, when I listened to it, I also went back to SoundCloud, and I was thinking, I was like, you giving me that Tandi Samazwai,
right?
You know, the OGs, you know, your Hugh Masigela, shit, I'm gonna get burnt if I don't get this name right. Marima Keva,
yes,
nah. So those are the people. I wasn't thinking Brenda Fassie and whatnot. It wasn't that. I was thinking of the people that actually make music, that go on tour with the band.
Zoe Mutiha, Siba Kapstad.
Uzo, dog.
Mandisi Tankies.
Oh my God.
Dabo Zulu.
My God.
Influence, palette, wide.
Dog.
Crazy. Insane.
It's mad. You produce for yourself, dog.
Yeah.
You self-taught or you went to school?
Self-taught. I think during the pandemic, because we were all secluded, we had nothing to do really.
You had to become creative.
I wanted to learn a new skill that I could use in the future because I knew I wanted to get into music because I was still doing the voice memos, just posting them on SoundCloud. It's very airy, it feels like you're in the room with me when you're listening to the old SoundCloud tracks, right?
It's like I know you.
Yeah. Like you're in the room with me, I'm playing the guitar, we're together, locked in. I think for me, I had to start knowing exactly what I want from my sound, from the influences that I had. Especially because I listened to the influences that I had every single day because we had that time to introspect. So I just learned where I could, found different doors, DAW doors, and locked in where I could.
You always locked in. I feel like you sit by yourself. You could sit the whole day and create.
If you ask my family members, they'll let you know. Secluding, camera, all you hear is music blasting.
All the time.
Sampling pieces and kick drums and piano and the works. Yeah, the works.
What inspired Hues, dog?
What inspired Hues? Hues was basically me saying that, okay, for me going from SoundCloud, how am I going to solidify my place outside of the SoundCloud palettes?
Yeah.
Especially in a conceptual way. Because I didn't want it to just be a project, you know, a compilation piece where I'm just putting together tracks I recorded with friends, you know. I wanted it to be something that solidifies my place outside of it. And I think the concept behind it was the light versus darkness, the duality that we experience in life and how that plays into our daily lives. And for Hues specifically, HUES, side A, it was really a point of feeling. I wanted everybody to take a step back and just feel.
And you just let us, like, dog, it wasn't even you, like, letting us in your world. You actually, how can I say this? It was like me.
It had to be
my
colorful.
Yeah.
It had to be colorful.
I was listening to myself. That boy, especially with the song that I was telling you, hey dog, I got this song on rotation. Because I felt like that's me, expressing how I feel in terms of love and easy.
Yeah, man. It had to be colorful.
We paused it.
Had to be colorful.
Sorry.
Dog, we have to buy a sign. Please do not
But she
disturb.
saw it, she was already on the way. But then I don't think they said on the
Yeah.
So just track back and
Emma, wait, did you pause it?
nothing was it. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Type level.
But
But yeah, man, it had to be colorful. I think the whole message behind it was color. Like to bring back nostalgia to the palette, to bring back nostalgia to the plate, like place it in front of you. So you remember all the times that you've forgotten, because when we pray, but we don't realize our prayers have been answered, the time that they have, it was a point of reflection of all the growth that a person can have, when a person sits back and realizes that I've made it really far from what I thought I was going to be.
I think we're more focused on, as humans, but I would say from my perspective, what I'm more stressed about the things that I cannot do more than the things that I can do, which is really fucked up in a way, and you end up resenting yourself for the things that you cannot do. What are you capable of doing and what you've achieved?
And it's just reshifting your focus. I always say this, like, you know how you could be at a sports match and somebody comes to you and says, rewording it and saying, what did you do great instead of what could you have done better?
Yeah.
So when you ask yourself, what did you do great? You reshift the focus and it becomes a celebration of self instead of what could you have done better? And that's just beating yourself up.
Focusing on the negative aspects of it, not really looking for the room to improve. You're just coming off negative,
right?
Rather than you made that mistake. So what you think of it,
How can we grow from it? How can it be a point of growth and let it just be that in general?
How are you going to use it to your leverage? What did you learn? It's not really a loss. It's actually a lesson learned. So you gained experience and
exactly
knowledge.
That. Exactly that.
That's mad. So that's the inspiration around Hues A. We have to make it clear A because there's
side A.
Side A.
And for everyone that doesn't know, there's a different spelling to both Hues. So Hues A is Hues.
Yeah.
That's Hues side A. That's the one that you guys have right now with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the story that you have right now. But Hues B is spelled Hughes.
As the actual Hues.
Yeah, Hues.
So
Side B.
Would you say there's a difference in terms of sound, or is it still something that's alternative?
There's a big difference in terms of sound because with Hues B, the concept of Hues B is dark.
So we get to see.
Tap into
the broken version?
Very dark topics, very dark things that I've gone through personally.
Yeah.
I tap into If you look at projects like Vespa, Rojo, in retrospect, that was a very dark album. We just didn't realize it. The subject matter is very dark.
Yeah.
But obviously, because Rojo has such an amazing cadence and way and style to him, you won't realize unless you really listen and tap in. I've heard stories about a lot of the songs that I do can be melancholy, but people don't realize it because it feels good.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I think it's also at the times. Sometimes it's not that the song is trash or the tape is trash. People would say. I like to say it's the time.
Yeah.
You cannot resonate to the message because you haven't been through that or you don't fully understand what they're talking about. I think it was Saturday. I was rolling with SK, and they were talking about a bar that Jay-Z said about Duce, but he said Deuces.
Right.
And I was like, he was actually talking about him owning Duce, dog. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, but we never caught it at
double
that time
entendres.
we never knew. God.
Surprisingly, on Hues Side A, there's a lot of double entendres.
Bro?
A lot of double. You just need to tap in. When I say listen to Hues with the intention of actually listening to it, not just passing
not
by,
just skipping.
Spend time with it.
I think it will grow.
Yeah,
I like to, even us doing this, because we could do it now.
Right.
It's fine, but it hasn't. How can I say that? It hasn't fully. I haven't fully locked in. I could say
right.
3 months. I need like 3 months to fully grasp that project. Like me listening to that project only. That's how I am when it comes to music. I don't be
tap
like,
in.
oh, it's out. Let's listen. Let's tap in, and then that's it. A week later, then no. Me, I'll listen to that one project for at least 1 to 2, 3 months, and then we could talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had to get this one. For me, it's like an exclusive because B hasn't dropped. So by the time I'm sure this drops, B's dropping this year, right?
B's dropping this year. Can't confirm the date.
September.
I've learned from my mistakes.
September, I know. But we're not going to say that.
Somewhere this year though, because there's a lot of other projects that I'm doing with fellow collaborators. Type
so
of
you
thing.
got features somewhere else.
Features, drawing projects.
Aibo.
Kuning.
No bar.
Kuning. It's a lot.
Joint project, no bar.
I can't say it right
Dog,
now.
dog, come on.
Unless we want, unless we want hints. Unless we want hints.
Yeah, hints.
Unless we want hints.
Got GQ.
GQ, nah, it's not GQ.
Who is it?
Sergio, the artist.
Okay.
Shout out Sergio one time. That's the bro.
Sergio, hit me up, boy.
I'm sorry, the excitement got to me. I just had to. Join projects that are planned, you know. Other than music, I don't just do music.
What else?
It's also, I'm the founder of Take a Seat Radio.
Yeah.
Right?
The radio.
Yeah. So that's basically a forum of conversation and therapy. Same as this. But the difference with it is also the topic of nostalgia. So if you look at the palette scheme of the page itself, you see old pictures from the 50s, Sophia Town-esque pictures, right? So with Take a Seat Radio, it really is just me bringing together a community of people that understand their own art. Come to us, talk to us about their art.
Yeah.
We sit down, have conversations, release the interviews. And I also have my own personal episodes where I speak about my own creative journey outside of just music, because I creative direct as well for different people in the industry.
People are working here, dog.
I need to. All in all, I'm a creative. That really is just it. I'm a creator. I like staying hands-on, very practical about my task. And I like the job of being hands-on. And that's the only way I can really feed the stories that I tell in my songs.
That's right.
If I go out there and live and work.
Do you go outside that much?
I do, but I go outside to touch some grass, like actually touch grass.
Wait, like stepping outside you talking about stepping outside
I do. But it is very, for me, it's important for me to have that space to lock in, because I'm overly obsessed with music. I have to have made a beat a day. Like that's my goal.
You can make a beat within a day.
I can make a beat within 20 minutes. If you give me the reference point of exactly what you want, I will turn that and make it a Lungelwa beat. Yeah. You know, and I think that's what I want in my production. Also the recognizable energy of it. If you look at Kenny Beats, Monte Booker, K Camp, you know, D-Mile, producers like that.
At times you shock me in terms of the people that you look up to when it comes to producing.
Conductor, Alchemist.
You see what I mean?
Slum Village, you talk about Jay Dilla.
Bro.
The Bounce.
Dog, how old
Insane.
are you, dog?
I cannot reveal that.
Dog, you talking about... Vinny's gonna jinx that he wants to...
Yeah. Thing is, a lady doesn't tell her age.
What is it with women always saying
you
that?
will
dog?
find out when you find out. And when you find out, be shocked. It's okay.
Alright, yeah. Tell me this try now. Someone told you. So you know. Now we're gonna talk about this after this. You're gonna tell me, dog. No way.
Okay.
Now you don't have to say it in front of camera.
Okay, nah. I'm not gonna say you guys. My age is a secret.
Yeah.
For now.
It's a Jumpman. You know, if
For
you
now.
know, if you know
My age
Jumpman.
is a secret.
If you know Jumpman, you know Jumpman.
For now,
Jezzy
age is a
Jumpman.
secret, man.
Jezzy number on Jumpman, if you know.
For now, the age is a secret, and I can't reveal it.
Jezzy number on Jumpman. You know.
Aye, boy.
The number on the Jordan. That's her age.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
See,
man.
I got it. She's not even denying it. It's fine. The preparation of Hues A.
Right.
You already knew who's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
The work process of it. The duration. How long was it?
The work process. Okay, I started writing Hues last year, June. So I would write ideas on my notes on exactly what I require from it.
Yeah.
In general, what I want it to be and perceived as, and how I want people to understand it. And everyone, it's so beautiful to see how everyone has their own perspective and perception of what a Hues is.
Yeah.
And sometimes I relate to what they're saying, but I know the main concept.
Yeah.
So the process was really just me tapping in and locking in with production a lot. So as I said, I'd make a beat a day.
For Hues.
Make a beat a day.
So you know.
So my catalog right now in my door is over 1,000. Over 1,000 songs. And for you specifically, there was over 50 songs that I had to conceptually put together.
It was like 12 songs, dog. It's not even 12 songs.
It had to be straightforward.
Probably like 6 songs.
It was a debut.
It's like interlude.
It had to be straightforward. I had to place myself in a position where you understand exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because
I can't overfill a project and put close to 15, 17 songs because you won't understand what I mean. Also katal.
So you would say it's like an intro.
Right.
For us to want more because we really want more.
Yeah. It's an intro.
Yeah.
It's an introduction to who I am as an artist, and I'm basically telling you who I am. I think there's a level of confidence in the project itself.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
So when you went to Rojo, dog, because the project was supposed to drop before your performance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I was paying attention. Because I was
yeah. It's so crazy.
I was
it's so crazy because I could just say something and people would be like, "Oh, okay, this is what she's doing."
Yeah, I was waiting because I would see on Twitter and I would see on Instagram. I'm like,
this is what's happening. Hey. Distribution chat. Holds us back.
But yes, because I thought we might not get it because you just went quiet.
I started writing Hues last year, June.
Mm-hmm.
I had notes in my phone. Never really physically wrote it down on paper type of thing. But I had the concept ready and check. So I started developing on it, started watching visuals, like how I would visually want it.
Yeah.
Developed a vision board for it, you know. But unfortunately, the cover that is on Hues is not the initial cover that was planned, but it aligned. Mm-hmm. So I just left it. But obviously, there will be an impromptu cover for Hues, the initial concept, because there's a lot of things I planned for this rollout of Hues, because Hues is still a thing. It's still a rollout. It's still going. It's probably going to go for the rest of the year type of thing, you know?
So this is the Hues year.
This year is Hues. This year is about Hues, and after I tap out of the Hues energy, it's going to be a new area, you know? Mm-hmm. Where I take influence from that is Bruce, like Tyler the Creator, how he stays consistent with the rollouts. From the way he dresses, from the talk, the conversations, the interviews that he has.
Yeah.
It's a rollout for the whole year. you know, and
crazy.
I wanted it to be that energy because when more people speak about Hues in the duration of the year, more people get to know it, you know, wherever I go. Yeah.
And how would you say the reception of receiving Hues?
Yo, Hues, it still humbles me till this day.
For real?
Still humbles me. Like, I knew it was great conceptually, especially with the interludes and the concept in general. But it still humbles me to this day how people are consistently streaming. I look at my streaming numbers every end of the week. I don't like having so much pressure.
Does the number bother you though? Are you more of a numbers person, or you like, nah, I'm gonna determine this when I perform?
I'm gonna determine it more so when I perform, but I appreciate the numbers because they let me know who's listening.
Yeah.
We're being internationally streamed. Hues is internationally streamed.
Oh.
Is not just
so you were
on
gone
a national basis.
Yeah.
I have a good following in the UK and in the US as well.
That's fucking beautiful.
As well as Australia. Very unexpected. But yeah, Hues is being streamed internationally. Obviously because I also have friends on an international basis in the creative realm.
Hi, boy.
Yeah.
Hi, boy.
It's a whole conversation.
So you're international with this shit?
I have to be because if I want to drop my next project, I want the whole thing. Thing is, I'm moving like I have a whole team when it's just me and the connections I've made and the community that I'm in.
No team,
still building and developing one. I'm very grateful for the people that are behind me right now.
No manager,
just me.
no label.
Just me and myself and
Your
the
dad.
people that support my dad, my family, my mom, my friends. I guess because they believe in it as much as I do, it just propels us into the next level. And that's why we're being internationally streamed across all boards right now.
Before we indulge in Hues, you very blessed.
Right.
Let me not say lucky. I'd say you blessed. I met both of your parents, and to have parents that are very supportive of one's career like this is just beautiful, dog. Big shout out to the Rents, you know. The rollout plan, it was crazy because you just kept on feeding us the BTS,
subliminals,
you traveling. Was it also planned the same way that you planned your features and Hues on its own?
Everything was intentional, but I love it when an idea just comes up in my mind and I'm just impulsive about it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it really is just a download, wherever it comes from. The universe telling me, okay, do this. And then I do it. And then it has such a big outcome than I expected. But everything else was very intentional, written out, planned out, had conversations about it, recorded some conversations, script, have a whole script and vision board for Hues, both sides. Yeah.
Hues is such a plan. So I feel like your life is also planned out like this.
Schedule is needed. If I don't have a schedule, I will lose my mind.
For real.
If I don't have a plan and, you know, a way to go about things, I will lose my mind. I am a very, I need to be. I blame my dad.
How much of an impact has it had not having like a lot of heads or a lot of people that will spread ideas or share ideas to do something? Because I feel like since you've been working alone, it also played a huge role in building Lungelwa to be who she is today.
Right.
And how would you be comfortable having a team telling you, XLO, you have to be here at 10, you have to be there at 9, we got a driver for you?
I think right now at the level that I'm at, I need that. I need it because I need to see what other people would think about my art. Not because I'm not confident with my art. I think we've all realized the security that I have within myself.
Yeah.
But obviously, if I'm trying to take it to the next level, I need people that understand, first of all, my vision. Understand that the creative freedom is mine at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So whatever we discuss and decide, I appreciate opinions. But at the end of the day, I know what's in my head because I can see it. It's so vivid.
It's already drafted.
It's vivid. It's a picture in my head. And I would need that because obviously to get more outreach to everyone else, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Across all boards, across Africa, South Africa, internationally as well, I would need a team to solidify me. Not to be signed specifically. Because I like doing what I like doing. I'm very stubborn.
And you like moving at your own pace.
I'm very stubborn. And I understand that gradual growth builds longevity, and longevity is legacy. And I'm not just doing this music thing just to do it. This is my career.
Bro, you're too smart for your age, dog. Like, you're too calm and too smart for your age.
It's legacy. It's legacy because I know that the outcome of me doing music is not just because I'll be fulfilled in my heart with the arts.
Yeah.
It's also, how am I going to provide for my family? You know, how am I going to provide for myself? How am I going to make sure that I'm comfortable and financially stable and every other stable behind it, you know? So, yeah, I would need a team, but obviously I'm very picky. And we need to have good energy around it, you know? Because I'm not just going to be your employer at the end of the day. We're going to have human-to-human conversations about what you think I should do, and I'd listen to your opinion and say, okay, you make sense. Because you're contributing in the right way. You understand what's going on. You see what I see.
Nah.
So let's continue growing it, you know? I'm very open to it, though. I am.
That's crazy. I need a job on that radio, yeah? We're going to talk. Draft out the contract.
We will chop it up. We'll chop it up. We'll chop it.
Let's get to Hues, dog. The spelling is different. The meaning, is it still the same with the yin and yang?
Yin and yang is the whole complete meaning of hues as a whole. Yeah. Both A and B, but with B, I touch on much darker topics
than you do on
whole lot of dark topics that people are afraid to think of. Mr. Morale, Kendrick Lamar. Dark topics.
You saw the way that I shifted when you spoke about Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
Okay. Your pen game is different.
I have this thing of writing like a rapper, with the cadence of a rapper while I'm singing. Yeah. Because I listen to a whole lot more rap than I do R&B and everything else. I listen to a lot of rap. Your Saba, JID, whole Dreamville team.
You listen to Saba?
TDE, Slum Village, ASAP Mob, you know, Joey Badass.
You look like
the list goes on.
Mick
when
Jenkins
it comes,
type of person.
Mick Jenkins, recent album.
Yeah.
Mick Jenkins, recent album.
You listen to Vince Staples.
Vince.
Yeah.
Though you know the album with his face straight on it. Yeah. With the gray grade.
Yeah. That's before Dark Times.
No, there was a project before Dark Times, and then there's that one.
Which with the music videos where he's running, right? Yeah.
A lot of rap.
I suck at like remembering things for word, but hey, bro, don't play around. Hues, you start with Samsara's interlude, dog, and Samsara talks about nostalgia, food being what it was when you were a kid, you know, and it reminded me of Gakoko where, hey, dog, isinkwe sneraman would slap more than isinkwa manje. You know? Dependent. Dog.
Esque vibe.
Dog.
He did what he had to do on the track, and I think Samsara is such a talented poet and spoken word artist and artist in general that he knows how to translate feeling. And when I gave him the instrumental for the introduction, because it falls in place with the next track, I was like, he's perfect for what I'm trying to do for Hues and how I'm trying to introduce myself to the world. And he understands me on a personal level also because we're friends. Yeah.
You grew up together.
Not that we grew up together, it's just that he's watched me develop as an artist. You know?
So he's been there from day one.
He's been there. He understands. He knows. And that's why our relationship was so close and tight knit, because we understand where we're trying to go.
Yeah. Before I hop on to the next track, because I'm going to need you to like elaborate on all of these songs for people that don't really get the message. You have like 12 tracks, right? And out of these 12 tracks, six are interludes and 6 are tracks. What was the whole plan for you having interludes? Because I feel like interludes are like an intersection of every track and an introduction of that certain story that you're trying to portray. Because even with Spaces, you gave us an interlude. Even with All Day, you gave us a GQ interlude, you know, which was, GQ is amazing.
GQ, shout out GQ.
GQ is
what
amazing.
A talent.
She's a superstar. I told her this one time, I'm like, yo, girl, you're a superstar.
Girl, the Woman, GQ,
Dog.
Lorada,
Lola,
Boipelo,
Leah. Hey, dog. Boy Pillow is a Shugela first. Inhliziyo yami.
Mina Tanda Wena.
Dog. Amina.
The girls are doing the most on SoundCloud.
Dog. Lalela, dog. I listen to, when it comes to music like R&B, I listen to more females like your Snow Allegra. I fucks with females when it comes to R&B. I love dudes. Like,
but the girls just get it.
With dudes, I need Blackie to lead the way when it comes to singing.
Right.
With girls, you're just like, dude, effortlessly.
Leah.
You know, it's just crazy.
Shout out to, I think Leah was one of the first people to really set us up in terms of girls in the alternative space, because she's been at it. She's been doing it.
With
She's such an amazing talent in indie. Indie Vogue.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
The first time I saw them was on Florida at Lupa. Like before COVID. These guys that normally host sessions at Howard, they were hosting something at Lupa, and that was like my first encounter with them, and I was like, talents. I want to speak about I want to be surprised, dog, featuring with Dogs the Dog, the Maverick.
I won't be surprised, Dogs the Maverick.
I won't be surprised, dog.
What a track.
I have a question. Like, how did you know that he was going to be a perfect fit? But you already told me that you had it planned out.
You know, for him, with each artist that I collaborate with, I study them more than anything. Like, I take time to listen to their discography, their subject matter, what they talk about, what type of production do they like, and what fits their cadence and their voice, and how they like flowing on it. And Docs is a genius at creating the craziest flows, craziest cadence. His project, his recent project that dropped last year, 2023, I don't remember the name specifically, but that project solidified my trust in him being in I Won't Be Surprised, because even the bounce of the track, the sample that I used, it was fit for him. And I asked him to do a very hard task, to speak about love as a rapper, you know, because usually they talk about hard things and, you know, having a rugged image. I asked him to speak about love, and he came through.
I think uyena lo uthi uthando lwakho linginika amandla mhla ungangifuni ngiqhubeka phambili. That's you, right?
That's me.
What happened? Like, some of these songs, you're heartbroken. I'm like, hey,
look, your girl is going through. Bazali, sorry. Thing is, okay, with relationships, I have a really hard time. I think because I have the most genuine intentions.
I know, go to you more of a. You really don't need to be around a lot of people. Enjoy your own space.
I really don't.
So the person
when I pick you
have to
Ketawena straight.
Ketawena wetwa.
Tanda wena.
It is okay. Yeah, boss.
If I pick you out of the crowd, 7 billion people on earth, I really see something special within you.
Yeah.
And I guess I've never really been given that.
Yeah.
And it kind of sticks with me. It sticks with me. I think that's why the lyrics hit so hard.
Yeah. But as a dog, I don't wanna.
You know, but in this case with I Won't Be Surprised when I say Uthando Lako Lungniga Manda, That was me saying, at a certain time, we had something good, and you believed in me more than anyone else did. And yeah, we were solid for a minute.
We were solid for a minute.
That
was one of the best 14 months. Thank you for letting me say that. Thank you. You know,
we were solid for a minute.
Yeah,
for sure.
We were solid for a good 14 months. So it was based off of
my own personal experience.
And how was it, dog?
You rocked my world. Rocked my world. I'm not gonna name anyone.
Now we're not name dropping when it comes to that.
I obviously, from every experience that I had, I appreciate the lessons that I learned within it. You know, I appreciate the lessons that I learned and how I knew that at a certain point in time it had to end. And I'm the one who ended it because
I'm not the one that's been end my relationship in your face. And
you cannot fake it.
What was it? The cheat? Okay,
cheating
is not tolerated. You cannot tolerate cheating. It's understandable.
It was insane, but hey, we move. People move how they want to move, and I think I've built a certain understanding of that, and I do not attach myself as much as I did at the time.
Your let go game is mad.
Let go and let God
handle the business,
because once he will handle it, he will. Let me tell you something. He will handle it.
Always. Ignorance is bliss, dog. Part 2.
Yeah.
Why ignorance is bliss? Part 2 specifically.
In the vault, there's a part 1 that's actually a song, but it was not fit for Hues and what I was going for. And if you notice, when you listen to Hues, each track transitions into each other. Very intentional.
Yeah.
But Hues the Ignorance is Bliss, part 1, didn't really fit the grade that I wanted. It was dark. And the project goes from light to a bit of dark topics near the end. That's intentional because it flows into Hues B.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, so that's why you put space number 10.
Yeah. Space was like the icebreaker between the light and the dark within the project.
Because, I'm not going to lie. That's where I get into my feelings the most. And I'm like, fuck, see up here, Leshandis. See up here. Why? You know? So it was intentional, though.
It was intentional. And ignorance is bliss. I think that's the whole sentiment of the Hues A project.
Yeah.
That when you don't know something outside of your space, you won't be worried and stressed about what's going on in the outside world. Like, you are solid within yourself. I feel like as kids, we were imaginative. I say that a lot on Hues A. I mention it a lot.
Even Samsara says it a lot.
Imagination, you know, the lights that you still have within yourself. And when you don't know certain things outside of the space that you're in, you're solid, you're good. You don't need anything else.
Oh, nagas and easy to plan. Because about mind you see certain things make sense now. You see, I understand Hues from a different standing point. Since now you're speaking about it in terms of, because now the ignorance is bliss. It's taking me from the first interlude, what Samsara is talking about, the whole food, sayangani,
story,
being locked in with just being a kid and having fun, and what you don't know, you don't know,
and what you do know, you do know, and
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful. This is why we need these conversations. You see, we get to understand the story that you guys are trying to portray, because the lyrics don't really do justice at times.
Sometimes you need to sit down with it and have a conversation about it.
What do you mean by this?
What's going on here?
You know, wagwan.
But I love it when people have their own concepts of what's going on.
Yeah.
It makes sense for them to have those concepts, you know.
It's also interesting, you know. It makes it mysterious.
Yeah, because you never really know what's going on until you actually know and to like speak about it. Like I'm speaking about it today.
Like, why am I resonating to this story? What does it mean to you?
Yeah.
Well, Because space is all got me really excited about today, and I was like, I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions.
That's a fan favorite.
Nah.
It's getting up there, especially with the streams as well. I was completely surprised.
It's going crazy.
Insane.
You never had like a lead single for this tape.
Yeah.
You just dropped everything at once. Never gave us a glimpse on how it's gonna sound or anything. That was also intentional.
Very intentional, because I like giving people exactly what it is for what it is.
Yeah.
Because if it was a thing of I'm dropping singles, the process would get a bit tiring, because within those singles you have to wait. And people in the background don't know that distributors work in a 2-week, 4-week span type of thing.
Shit,
you know?
Yeah,
so you would have waited way longer
than expected
for you. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop everything how it should be.
Yeah.
And that's that. Let's have it be that. Let the anticipation build.
Yeah.
Let Hype Man magazine take it. Let Freshman magazine take it. You know. Let Bruce talk.
Let them wander. What's going on? You know. And you
she's about to drop.
Nah.
She's about to drop.
And Twitter was going nuts though when you announced it that it's gonna drop, and people were like, when? I'm like, insane. There we go.
Insane.
There we go. You know, Rising Moon, dog. Yo, I don't want to take out my glasses for this. My eyes are small.
That one, that track. Shout out to Butterworld for being part of the production. Because I took one of his beats from YouTube, and I took it, and when I was freestyling to it, everything that you're hearing in Rising Moon was a freestyle. Straight. From the voice memos, Gitase from the voice memos, and I listened back to it as I'm recording in my room, and obviously the energy won't be the same as when you recorded the freestyle, but you have to recreate that energy. So me tapping into Rising Moon is one of them ones.
One of them ones. You would say.
One of them ones.
Your favorite.
Ooh, if I say my favorite now.
Which one? Wait, on A, which one is your favorite?
My favorite is To Get To You. Heavily slept on. Features Girl the Woman. That's a secret feature. Unfortunately, it didn't get written on the thing. It was very intentional because of how she is, you know.
Oh, she's mysterious.
She is an artist of mystic nature, but also the fact that I wanted people to guess who she is and let loose a bit, you know, near the end. But obviously, over time, I will write her name, get her all her credits, but she's a special artist, man. She becomes the track. She doesn't let the track become her.
Nah. Like these features though, dog, all of them, dog, they just became a representation of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because I was just like taken away in terms of how you guys just gelled in. All of the people that are in, they just play their role exceptionally well.
Yeah.
You know, to a point as if all of you guys were in studio by the time of recording this. Yeah, bro. Tele, dog. Is it telephone or is it tele?
So it's actually pronounced tele. So it's Setswana or Sesotho for Tsela etele. So that's a long road. So when I speak about my experiences there, it feels like a walk because there's interludes within the track.
Nah.
So you walking with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So it's tele efele, right?
Yeah.
Masutu people don't
tele. Tsela etele.
Tsela etele.
Yes. Long road. Umgaqo omude. Yeah.
Oh, that's the meaning
basic.
of it.
Yeah.
The journey's still long.
Yeah, journey's still long, and I speak about a lot of my experiences in that track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just summed it up. You summarized everything. I think it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
You summed it up all in one for you.
Yeah.
From being a kid to being who you are and the trials and tribulations that you faced.
Yeah.
So how would you describe that road, and why did you choose to use Tswana? It's Tswana, right? Or
yeah, Tswana also too. It can be used in both. Yeah.
And why did you choose to use that specific language?
it was because Marcus Harvey, you're gonna come for me. Because he is such dude.
Now Harvey's an inspiration.
The day I meet Marcus Harvey, I'll genuinely be in a state of awe.
You'd faint.
Not even faint. I don't think I'm a fan girl like that.
For real?
Like, you know, I don't think I'm a stan for especially people that are in my space already. Because I know I've already infiltrated who I need to infiltrate.
You haven't met him.
So I don't need to act out of pocket with it, you know. When the time comes, it will come. But for me, using Setswana, it was because I listened to a lot of Marcus Harvey and he uses Spedi.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of infiltrate the languages that I do know inside Hues and just all the influences that I've had inside Hues. So me using Tswana was very intentional for that specific track. Yeah, and the flow of it and the production as well. Just it needed something outside of just English or Zulu.
Y'all, dog. All the time, these guys are always surprising me. You guys are very smart, and the way that y'all put together all this music, it shows that you're really an artist,
right?
Before anything else.
Intentionality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever had to shoot like videos for daily, we'd have to go to Jersey.
I could shoot it where it calls me to.
Yeah, I think we should go. But we should go to Jersey.
I could shoot it where it calls me to, because with Tele, if you look at Josie and the cadence of Josie and what it means to be a Joburg individual, somebody that's lived there, experienced everything that has, I would say it is a long road for everyone, because everyone has a dream there. You know, everyone's locked in. Unkumuntu Puma from all sides of SA to come to the City of Gold. So I think it would be amazing for me to shoot a video for there. But videos, that's very exclusive information.
We need visuals though.
I've been getting that a lot.
Oh, so
I've been getting that a lot. No, I've been getting the sentiment that we do need visuals.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a thing of, because it's still a rollout, you're gonna get everything that you need and deserve from this project.
Oh, you're gonna bless us, dog.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But then, because conceptually Hues B is darker, I wanted a visual aspect of Hues B.
Can we get like a...
Yeah.
We're going to smack the shit out of you, Vinny. Oh, he's getting excited of Hues B.
I wanted a visual aspect. Like, Fila. I haven't spoken about Fila yet, but Fila Lala. She's incredible. And right now, she just dropped the project On Air, which has a visual, a film cinematography type of thing that's coming out next couple of days, I think, 6 days. And with her, I looked at her vision and what she's done for her own art visually, because the rollout for On Air was incredible.
Yeah. With
the interactive videos and reels. When I think of a rollout, I think of it as full entire rollout.
Like how she did
So I don't think per se that Hues A deserves a video, but it will get one because it calls to one. You know?
Space, like a video for space, please.
We'll get there. We'll get there because Hues B for me is my pinnacle. That's my full form in my art in general. Hues B is my full form.
We getting a movie for Hues B, I feel. If it's that.
Hues B is conceptually pleasing, visually pleasing. The vision board, the scripts, the people that I've spoken to, the features.
So it's done.
Almost.
That's done. Now
we're in the process of recording. You know how you have to fill in tracks and record everything how you should. We're in the process of recording right now, but I'm just trying to get top tier sound, top tier engineering, top tier mixing, top tier visuals, top tier storyline.
Who should we expect on Hues 2?
Hues B, visually, I have a very, I wouldn't say gangster per se, but it's a very rigid image. I love a good contrast. For me, having a softer voice, to transitioning to having this like hard image.
Yeah.
You know, and really telling you what's up. And my influences from that were Marcus Harvey and Matlera Doughboy, especially Diaspora. How you can see even on the album cover, he's standing still.
He's in a ghetto.
We know his influences. He's spoken about it on the Sobering podcast.
Several times.
Spoken about it, you know. So for me, that contrast, especially as a singer, to come to Prose and say, this is who I am, this is the dark content that I've experienced, these are the things I've gone through.
Yeah, it's what I grew up around.
It's not just light anymore.
Nah.
I was emphasizing light because I wanted people to fall back into nostalgia and realize, okay, that nostalgia is important for growth. But this is also what I've experienced within my past. This is what I'm experiencing in my present. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what's happening in my daily life. This is what's happening in SA type of thing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Sure. I feel like whenever we speak about every song, I get a glimpse of the future of what
everything
you just worked on and
right.
the process of whatever you were articulating and what's to come,
right.
you know? And yo, dog, at times I'll be scared when I'm hearing you speak. I'm like, damn, you know.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, like you got your shit on lock. You got everything figured out.
That, yeah.
I want to talk about the GQ interlude. Why did you even name it after?
Personally, I feel like GQ is such a talent, and her voice fitted exactly what I needed from the calmness of the track. You can even hear a spring behind you, the water flowing. For me, she embodies that, you know. So I needed somebody that embodied that, and I decided just to give her own interlude because I wanted a break from speaking. I wanted a bit of stillness and quiet within the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Just tap into someone else's view of nostalgia and what they've experienced. And basically, I wanted her to speak about color, whatever color she wanted. So you hear a lot of blue.
She loves blue, dog.
Blue.
She loves blue.
Because that's what the instrumental gave.
Oh.
A blue feeling. That's why there's water behind. Very intentional. Very, very, very precise and intentional. And she did what she had to do, and I appreciate her for being part of the journey. I really do.
I love how you just let people run with it.
Yeah.
You know, and you gave them something that's also going to accommodate them to run with it.
And I love it when I collaborate with people. I feel like when I collaborate with a person, especially because I speak about what is required and I speak about how I've listened to them and we chop it up, I think everybody gets into a Lungelwa palette when they collaborate with me.
Yeah.
If you look at Black's East Atlanta love song with Future got into a black pocket type of thing. Offset got into a black pocket with that album, you know? So I think I tried to bring them into my world, but also have them solidify their place in this world, you know? So I love it when I'm putting other people on and letting them do what they do best.
This is where you not wanting to be let how can I say this? I don't want to call them out or bring them up as yet.
Right.
So it's also another way of you not wanting to sign to a record label.
Yeah.
Because you like being free when it comes to being creative.
Most definitely.
You like to go all out without any boundaries or feeling like you are told that you cannot do this.
Yeah.
And this is what you can do because we want to get these airplays, you know, these radio spins and whatnot, which are quite irrelevant when it comes to making beautiful music. Because once you're more focused on airplays or radio spins, bro, it's more business formats.
You get clouded.
Yeah, bro.
You get clouded.
We're no longer getting the raw artistry of you. That's why me personally, I feel like I love SoundCloud more than anything because that's where we get the raw
emotion.
You know, that's where people are actually being themselves. The real artist and themselves. No boundaries or whatever that they have to live according to, which is, I love it, dog, and I hope
it's beautiful.
You run with it. and whoever follows after you also drives would see this is how it is. You're building a different blueprint for South Africa in a whole, you know. And hey man, you better run with that shit, dog.
It's a task and a half, but it has to be done by someone.
Someone has to do it.
Has to be done by someone.
You
and if I have to be
to
one of the people to do it,
yeah,
just one of them, because there's so many talented, beautiful individuals that make insane music in small spaces in their bedrooms. Like, if I have to be one of those people, let me be that. Let me take that task.
Yeah, man, it's been this awkward, dog. All day, dog. You talk about going to get it and what happened, or the call you woke up to.
Yeah.
All in a day. Let's start with the title.
Yeah.
Where does it stem from, and the message of the song?
With All Day, it was really me being in a state of being stagnant.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be stagnant anymore. So I have conversations with myself in my head. I guess everybody does. But sometimes I feel like I'm going insane with the voice that's in my head, or voices, and it's in personal meetings in my head, you know? So I was just telling myself that I have to go for what I want.
Yeah.
Like, no one else is going to build that road for me. No one else is going to say, okay, this is what you do. Like, I have to suffer the consequences of either staying at home and not doing anything with my talent and regretting and living in guilt my whole life and working a 9 to 5 and questioning everything that I should have been. Or I could go do it.
Take a risk, or you're going to regret it forever.
I could jump off the cliff and all the consequences come. They come.
Damn. And when I see now going home, it's going to be different listening to this tape, because now I have not a different, but the actual understanding of what it means and what it means to you.
And in the track itself, there's this like really special kind of 16 bar that I do in the second verse. When I say Tuesdays and Thursdays, I feel like it's privé. I think that we're good as long as we pray. So also just centering myself in my spirituality and God, and knowing that I'm going to be good if I take this risk and just trust and have faith in myself, first of all, and God and what He can do for me. Yeah. You know? And it's done exactly that. Exactly that.
Please. Vincent.
No.
Punch you.
Okay. Right.
Sorry about that, guys.
Right.
We have kids in the house. You know, today we have a superstar, so kids are excited. You know.
Professionalism.
Yeah. So that was basically therapy for you.
Right. Yeah.
You speaking to yourself, advising yourself.
Yeah.
If I don't.
Yeah.
And ngizoyisola.
Kakhulu.
And algeveli pass, and you arrive at your first stop, which was Hues A.
Yeah.
And you proud of it?
I'm ecstatic about it, because the responses that I've heard, people texting me, telling me, having these long paragraphs, long voice notes of what it's done for them. Yeah. My mother's friends crying.
You serious?
Saying that, oh my gosh, she knows herself. You're blessed to have a child that knows herself. Because it takes years for some of us to know ourselves, to the point where we're going to push ourselves to that point that she's in. The way she speaks about herself, the confidence. She was crying, as I was told by my mom. And I was like, oh my gosh. And my family being surprised, like my external family being surprised at the fact that I make music. Yeah. And them listening to it and telling other people to stream it. And my dad screaming on the day that it came out on some type of thing. You know, all the calls I was getting on the day, the love. Tyson Sabatelli actually got to see it live at the Vespa tour. Yeah. And a couple of days after it came out, he posted it. He's like, I got to see this live. For real, tap in. Zuri posted track All Day. And then we got the Hype Man magazine announcements, and then other magazine announcements.
Put you on that playlist.
Just recently, Freshman magazine announcement. So Hues is doing what it's meant to do.
It's doing the Lord's work.
It's doing what it's meant to do, and I'm above grateful and humbled of the responses that I've gotten.
Yeah.
How people speak about it,
Mm-hmm.
their favorite tracks, their perception of the tracks.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Wait, there's a question I'm going to ask you after we're done dissecting this. Dog.
Right.
Oh Lord, reprised. Yeah, well, when I saw this, I said that I said it. Oh Lord, like Ricky. Oh Lord, you know. I thought of Ricky. Oh Lord, you know. The song, dog. The title.
Yeah.
The message, dog. What does it resemble from Ulungela, dog? And what does it mean to you, dog?
Yeah. With Oh Lord Reprise, in my SoundCloud discography, I have a song called Oh Lord.
Yeah.
And I was just singing with my guitar at the time.
Yeah.
It was a really dark time. You could hear it
What's
from
up,
the air.
Yeah.
But at the time it was way harder. Way harder. And I think Oh Lord Reprise was just me going back to God and just saying that I've been afraid to come to him and talk about the things that I've experienced. Not knowing that he knows about it.
He's been watching.
Process, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just me going back to the high source and saying, Lord, I thank you for this. I thank you for that. I'm still trying to build this, still trying to build that. You know the vision.
Yeah.
How do we work together? How do we build the relationship back together? And it was really just a yearning for spiritual alignment at that time.
So you're showing gratitude.
Yeah.
And also
just
still
asking
for guidance.
Yeah.
You know, and prosperity.
Yeah.
Damn, dog. You're so aligned and in tune with yourself. Your self-belief and confidence just impeccable, you know. And it's a blessing for a fan to actually speak to you
and hear it.
You know, and actually hear it from the actual person. But in the horse's mouth. That's what they say. You know, the person that actually wrote the story. You know, so it's an honor at first. You know, I'm grateful to do what I do. The interlude part 2, dog. Why this interlude, dog? Why part 2? Why are you blessing us with part 2s? There's no part 1.
The part 1s are songs, right?
The songs are dark.
The part 1s are songs, and they're dark. And I felt that would fall in place and fall in line with Hues B more than anything.
Yeah.
But obviously they would be named different type of thing. So with the interlude part 2, I wanted to emphasize what I had been through, and from being a kid to always being alone, developing a sense of self assurance and security, and knowing that, okay, I need to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and also speaking about the fact that when you are a creative, your energy is blocked by so many things: capitalism, 9-to-5, struggles, stuff, especially in the mind of a creative. And just saying how the creative spirit is being taken away from everyone. Consumerism is burning us out. Like, I'm speaking about a lot of problems that we have as a community that we need to sort out, type of thing.
Like believing in ourselves. Believing in one.
Yeah, believing in ourselves and having that confidence within oneself. And there's a difference between cockiness and ultimately confidence.
Nah. And we mistaken that a lot.
The confidence, you welcome everyone else's confidence. You say, oh, no, you're supposed to do this. You're great at what you do. You know, cockiness is envy of everyone else's whatever they have going on, you know. And I emphasize the fact that we need to get back to that confidence that we had as kids. Going back to the first track, which is Samsara's Interlude. So Samsara's Interlude set up the whole shebang, the whole thing.
Dog, it's sometimes I don't know which words to use, and I try not to use the wrong words, but dog, this tape now it's gonna slap different to me, you know, because it was already on some different level, So now I'm gonna well, it's on a different level now.
We have to go this on a different level. Have to.
On the interlude, dog, before it finished, am I pitching now?
Yeah.
It gives us a glimpse of space.
Right.
And you bring up the word space several times before it ends. That was also intentional.
Yeah.
Space.
Track of the year. For me. For everyone else that's been a fan favorite of it.
Come, let us go, dog, for that song.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu. And that's the first one where I'm really putting myself in a place to sing isiZulu, as well as emphasize my emotions.
Nah. That's
People
where
that understand it.
I can't really that feeling and why is it described.
It's like inkondlo. It's like I put inkondlo together and I made it one. You know, when I say isitha sakho sikubhekile, amandla now aphelile. So I'm speaking about the person that I was in love with at the time.
Yeah.
Saying that you're your worst enemy because you don't realize how much I love you.
Dog.
And you doing all these other things, questioning and doubting how I feel when I know how I feel. I emphasize it, you know. And it could also be God talking to you and saying, "You're your worst enemy. As my child, I love you. You're not. It's not changing anyway soon."
Tandela cool. Hey, blaze dog. If I have to eat dog, I will langoma dog. I even like
Langoma.
I even deleted like last section that thing he faggy. I was like, what's you? And then you were like, yeah, I know it's special. I was like, dog, eat my dog. Couldn't let any party.
The one I want to put.
This is the one that I want them to hear.
When I say I'm on the floor for you, and the album gets a bit darker near the end because Hues B is gonna.
You think we're gonna cry?
Okada we're also gonna vibe out. We're gonna vibe out.
Asukada, dog.
Okada. It's like, think of Swimming Pools, Kendrick Lamar, how he speaks about dark topics. Really dark, but he's singing.
Yeah.
He's singing off of a basis of, okay, party, cadence, yay. Gumnandi, but you're drowning in alcohol, essentially.
The real message is saying otherwise.
Exactly that. That is the spirit of Hues B. We're gonna vibe out because I'm 90, but if you listen to the lyrics, you'll hear what I mean.
I need to be vibing out. I'm drinking Henny.
We're vibing out. Gumnandi, it's good vibes, it's good energy, but listen to the lyrics. Think of Heya, Outcast, Double Entendre, Contrast, how he speaks about heartbreak and everybody's vibing out. Gumnandi. Exactly what it is. Genius.
Hey, mad. If like, bro, please drop it before spring, dog.
Hey, mad.
Hey,
so I can't guarantee anything, can't say anything right now. We're in the process of it, man. And the process is beautiful.
Yeah.
And the process is being documented. So we're gonna get everything that we need from both parts, you know. And just patience is key, you know.
Definitely.
Patience is key, you know. Just intentionally dropping at the right time.
As much as we would like to put pressure on you to put out that diamond, we're gonna let you.
And I want people to spend time with the body of work that I just dropped. I want people to actually understand it and feel it. When I come outside, when I'm outside gigging, we singing along.
Word for
we're
word.
Vibing out. Yeah, boy.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Laleli Hues, dog.
Laleli Hues.
It's out now on all DSPs, dog.
Laleli Lungelwa in general. The whole discography. Listen to the development.
It's about March.
Yeah, man.
To get you, dog. Because I even wrote it, dog. The sound is a bit different from all of the songs that are there, and the tone of it,
right,
and the message, dog. It's from space, where you just hit us hard in terms of Tand or Lizzy to this, dog.
To get to you.
Ish.
That track was the first track that came out of Hues. The first track that I produced out of Hues. And when I'm making my beats, because it's such a special process and the way my production is developing right now, it's really phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I played that beat for 2 weeks straight. Because I was just in love with the production. That's all. But the subject matter called to it that I speak about the hardships of relationships, whether it be with a family member, platonically, romantically, whatever relationship you have, you know, and saying that I would do so much to get to you or to get you know,
to be happy, to make you happy.
But you have to pay a high price and a hard price to love something and love someone that hard.
Is a dog. Because there's a lot of sacrifices that we have to make. We change our ways, we change who we are just to accommodate another individual. And
it becomes strenuous and hard, especially if you do not have a sense of self-security. You lose yourself within someone else, you know? And I say, I didn't know any better. I paid way, way lesser for the price of loving me. And then I say, ignorance is bliss, and you'll see it.
Yeah.
One of the lyrics before Go the Woman destroys the second verse. Obliterates the second verse.
That's crazy. The outro, the skits, because yeah. I'm so sorry to get you, because I don't want to dissect it too much, because man, I'm gonna be in my feelings, dog. You know, I'm fresh out the dead.
You don't want that. Having a good time.
The outro, the skits.
Yeah.
You planned that out to have that skit.
Right. Yeah.
You did it yourself.
It was planned out. That was from a recording that was taken, a very special recording, and I just placed it on the track because it needed to fall in place with what Hues B was about to tell you. Yeah. You know? And it was just going back to the first track. So you can spin Hues around. Type of thing.
I go pay.
You can spin Hues around.
That's true. As you can say, because you don't feel good to especially if you're not going to pay attention to your phone or whatever you're using.
And you can run back to Samsara's interlude.
Find my earphone.
Wouldn't even notice.
And just let it play.
Yeah.
It was exactly also Samsara forwards. Like, was this the first track?
Am I done? Is it finished already?
It's starting all over again. You don't know. Yeah, well, that's crazy. And you made a very beautiful tape.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for blessing us with music again, you know, even though you like taking your time.
Yeah.
So it's manje.
Wenzala.
Wagwan, you know? So we will be getting Hues B.
Yeah.
But for now, we have to indulge and enjoy.
Spend time with it, you know what I mean? And really gauge what it's about and let it be your homie, let it be your friend. Walk to school with it. Go to the gym, car, blast it, family events. Hues is for everyone. It's not just for a specific... No, not at all. I find that my parents, when they're listening to it, they're like, oh my gosh. Okay, what was going on?
Doug, how can I ask this, Doug? The reception of it, your parents, your family, the Fresh Mag, Hype Magazine, your friends, social media, Instagram, the retweets, the stories. How does it all make you feel?
To be honest, I feel very grateful for everything that has happened and the outcome of it all. Because I expected it to be this way. I knew it was going to be this way, but I didn't think it was going to be this intense of an emotion from everyone that's around me. And how proud people are of me releasing this project and how many people relate to it and how they need it right now. I've heard that a lot. Because I really needed this.
Yeah, we really did.
Thank you. This is a breath of fresh air. I've never heard production like this. Never heard lyricism like this. What are you trying to do? Where are you going? You know. So I'm highly appreciative, but I know this is not my final form.
Definitely not. I must start aloud, dog.
It's the beginning.
I must start.
It's the beginning.
I know that we can expect Hues B. What else can we expect from Lungelwa going forward? Are there any visuals, tours?
Visually, yes. Visuals will be shot, of course, because these are conceptual pieces, and I feel like they do deserve visuals, of course.
Yeah.
And joint projects from collaborators and homies and people that I haven't mentioned yet, people that I have mentioned as well. Names. You know, tours definitely, maybe even next year.
Yeah,
tour for both Hues. You know, I wanna see the energy, what it's like in the forefront, and really people saying it.
I see a feel line
you know.
I see a feel line you.
I see a lot in me.
Well, I don't like comparing people.
Yeah,
I do apologize about that, but I see you there.
I see me there as well, and God's timing, universe's timing.
Would you work with Fila though?
Of course. She's I'm looking at the camera. Fila. Much love. I love you so much. So much. So much.
Yeah. Should I expect any, because I feel like Shugel is one of my favorite female artists.
When it comes to collaborations, I'm one for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I love collaborating. And there's a lot of people that I'm collaborating with right now. But I can't mention names because if I do, and it's their personal project, you know, I don't want to be the type of person to say something from someone else's project. I want them to have their own rollouts, do what they want with it. But the collaborations that I'm having right now, beautiful. On that, I'll say one collaboration that I've done. Ulindo, not sure if you know him.
Inox.
Ikola.
It's not Inox, man.
No. Who's Lindo. This is other talented pro, lives in Tembisa.
Yeah.
His name is Ulindo.
Yeah.
He's worked with Inox May on late nights. I've been thinking about you.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, wait.
He's part of the second verse.
Yeah.
I did the remix for Ikola with him and Docs the Maverick on it. So I'm not sure when he's going to be releasing that. He'll let us know. But
Damn.
We're up here. We're outside.
Y'all are putting in the work, dog.
We're outside. We have to.
I couldn't even think Sandogi, some Indian guy, they were asking, where do you see yourself in 5 years? My guy, I can't even see myself in the next 6 minutes. But where do you see yourself, or where would you like to see yourself in the next few months? Or let me just say 2 years, dog.
I always say this, especially with people around me and my friends, people who are close to me. I've given myself a 3-year limit to get to maybe an international palette, even as an alt artist. Georgia Smith level, traveling, touring the UK, because I have friends internationally. Yeah. And I've built the connections that I wanted to build. Yeah. It will get there. It will get there, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe it. And I don't need to second guess what's going to be happening in the future. I don't need to double guess on am I going to get to an international basis? Most probably will. I think the only thing I'm fretting about is the pronunciation of my name. Lungelwa.
Manji, you think white people can't pronounce the name in a way?
Lungelwa.
Hey, stop slandering my girl's name.
That's a little joke. That's a little joke.
We'll pronounce that shit for you.
But yeah, man, I see myself going really far in the next 5 years. Yeah. Grammy status. Okay. Multiple other albums. Yeah. You know. International collaborations, of course. I'm looking at Thames, Kendrick Lamar. I'm looking at Smino, Mereba. That's how I say it. Jordan Ward. I see myself going far. Meh. Whether it's production.
Sky's the limit, mama.
Hey, we're going far. The sky is not the limit. It's just a start, you know?
Yeah. I know. That's perfectly fine. For the people that are watching you for the first time, where can they follow you so that they could have access to the beautiful music that we have access to?
So my Instagram handle is Je ne sais quoi. It's another pseudonym for who I am. It's an extension of self. Nah. That's Instagram. Twitter, Lungelwa. TikTok, the one Lungelwa.
You have TikTok, dog.
Yeah.
I don't play TikTok. I think
TikTok is just personal life. It's okay. I'm a musician, so I do.
You do those challenges now. You also you don't dance on TikTok.
No.
Please don't dance.
I practiced dancing for a long time. In high school, I can dance professionally. I danced contemporary in Spark High School and hip hop.
Yeah.
So I know how to dance. That might be put into the realms of the future. But yeah, man.
Yo,
that's where people can find me. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, everywhere else.
SoundCloud too, please. You know, the raw,
high level, hardcore.
The real go is on Spotify. The is the
go follow. Je ne sais quoi.
Which camera am I on? Really? It's been lovely. It's your boy. For now, I'm Lungelwa Manu Pep. Market it's been amazing. It's been lovely. Thank you. Shout out to the mic. Shout out to Vinny. Shout out to OK.
Shout out to the whole crew.
Anele, are the producers and directors of the show. And big shout out to Ivy League Sundays. And that's it. From me, your host with the most, the Lion King Ipubesi. We out. Thank you very much, Lou.
Thank you.
Love you, sis. Yo, if it wasn't Yazzie, if they never